This episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads is brought to you by Green Man Gaming. Head down to the link below to get some fantastic deals on video games and shop with confidence, knowing that every game on this site comes directly from publishers and you get a fantastic deal in the process. Not only that, this video is also brought to you by XSplit. Head down to the other link down there and get in on the fantastic family of products that XSplit has to offer, including XSplit Broadcaster, which is a fantastic program for live streaming, video recording, and even making this video that you're watching right now. Head down to the link below. And let's not forget, this show wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the great people making Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Head down to the link below. Foundry Virtual Tabletop is perfect for all of your virtual tabletop needs. It's very easy to set up, very easy to mod, very easy to get all of your game systems working, including D&D 1st Edition, D&D 5th Edition, Pathfinder, Fallout Pen and Paper, even Bunkers and Badasses. Head down to the link below and try out Foundry Virtual Tabletop absolutely free. And last but certainly not least, we need to give a big shout out to the folks at ForgottenAdventures.net for their dedication to the craft of map-making assets, virtual tokens, battle maps, Clip Studio brushes, and builder packs, all available on ForgottenAdventures.net. Link down below in the description. Hello, dorks, dorkheads, and everyone in between, and welcome to tonight's episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads. So, real quick.
Yippee.
I forgot the confetti, I'm sorry.
You guys don't usually cheer for the beginning.
I mean, what? We support you in your endeavors.
No, you don't.
Mark.
When's the last time you two did for one of the streams?
Remember the months that I spent rehearsing the yippee sound until I could replicate it to a point that it was indistinguishable from the soundboard, but then my voice dropped again, so now I can't do it anymore? Yeah. Yeah, I can't do it anymore reliably.
Well, that's a shame. So, real quick, before we begin, Shane is out, but they will be in later. We've already established this. We figured it all out. They're going to jump in later. Until then, they are on autopilot, and we'll get them caught up when they arrive. Shouldn't take too long. You guys have a pretty straightforward path ahead of you. Mostly. At least until we get to a certain point, and then well, you'll see. Anyway.
I thought you edited Shane in post.
Just added a PNG of Shane.
No, we already deceived the audience way too much with the first episode when I had to re-record all of my lines.
Well, don't say that.
Using my best guess as to what I said.
How did that go for you?
Well, the microphone screwed up again for the first half, so that whole time it was using the wrong microphone.
Wait, did you check if it's using the right microphone right now?
Yes, I double-checked it this evening.
Okay.
Pain. Right, so I don't think we have anyone to thank, but just for the fun of it, we're going to thank ForgottenAdventures.net. Their link is down below. Some fantastic tokens for all of you. I was actually looking through their new catalog. They got some sick dragon tokens right now. So if you are interested or you need new dragons, which we desperately do, actually, check out the link below.
Dragons are extinct.
Not extinct, just
Sleeping.
harder to find now. they're not quite as all over the place as they used to be. You've already killed one by ramming it with an airship, so they're not gone.
What do you mean we killed one? We didn't have much of a say in that.
I mean, you were in the proximity.
That doesn't mean crap.
We're not
We didn't
guilty
do
by
anything.
association.
Speaking of dragons, shall we begin?
No.
Too bad, we're going anyway. So, when we left off, the party had found themselves falling into a dungeon. Thankfully, a friend of theirs, who happened to be there at the time, did have Featherfall. So, everyone is totally not dead. Except for the many, many cultists that died, and possibly the ones that suffered fall damage when they fell into the hole. Party went through the dungeon and uncovered some very interesting... What do you mean, friend in quotes? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, I can read that. You can... Anyway, they had discovered a library carved in stone. Very, very old, predating the fracture, as a matter of fact. Belonging to the Circle of Veen. Not much is known about the Circle of Veen, but a fair bit more is known about the god Veen, who is said to have been killed by Budros, the current god of the Hollow. Uncovering more of this library, they discovered something relating to a tower and 3 crystals. And Steve, I will take away your goddamn privileges to write in there if you don't... Anyway. After a few fights and wandering around for a little bit, getting into our characters, some of us wandering off more than others, not mentioning any names here, they eventually did find the exit, which was stairs. Lots of stairs. Lots and lots of stairs. Which may or may not be a vague reference to the obnoxiously large staircases that people use in Minecraft. Because this whole world is based around the old Minecraft server. Steve, your mage armor is definitely gone at this point.
The stairs have also been urinated on.
We've been walking for more than 8 hours.
Yes, Amelia is not happy.
Very, very long staircase. And that is when you heard a little bit of water. Which...
And Snake Eater fighting in the background.
No, that would be a ladder.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Sandra did the Snake Eater ladder in Campaign 1. We can't do that joke again, I'm sorry.
Then we have to find a song that goes up a very long staircase.
Apparently 8-hour stair climbing ASMR.
After this very, very long staircase, they heard the sound of rushing water, and they smelled brimstone, and smell of decay, and the occasional scattered coin. Telltale signs of a dragon's lair. And that is where we left off.
The willpower I had to exercise.
So, everyone, what do you wish to do?
Is it fucking dark?
There is some ambient light in here shining in from above. It's a little dim, but you can see pretty okay.
I look for the dragon in the dungeon.
Whoa!
Wow!
Okay.
I wonder where
Dragon.
he could be!
Make a perception check. Because we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and also I think it might be funny if you roll up. 14. Oddly enough, you don't see a dragon. There does seem to be something over here, though. Very large shadow of an object. It doesn't look like a dragon, though.
Dragon D.
Stepping in,
God
you
damn,
can see
So hard not to make that joke.
occasional scattered coin, various bones, and scorch marks. Whatever lava used to be here has cooled and hardened at this point. As you step forward, you are able to make out the very, very large skeleton in the center of the room.
Relic
Does
is...
this look menacing in the corner?
The cave?
Yeah, more cave.
It just looks dark.
I'm gonna take a guess that thing's dead. I don't know what gave me that idea. Just a hunch.
Relic is going to use Mage Hand and start picking up the coins.
Okay. It's gonna take you a little bit.
That's
I
fine.
didn't think about that. Sure. I'll wait.
What is everyone else
check
doing?
Well, I'm not on babysitter duty, so I'm gonna make my way up towards the skeleton pile in the top right.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check on the gold pieces to make sure they aren't cursed or anything. First, I'm gonna get them.
So, Matthew, as you approach the skeletons, you notice that, oh my god, they're all dead.
Big plot twist.
There is a very eerie deadness to this place. Feels like it's been dead for not long, but it's definitely been untouched. Another thing that you notice, Relic, while you're picking up the coins is that there are not a lot of them. It seems like whatever major loot has been pulled out of this place, it's been picked clean pretty good.
This will at least cover lunch for us.
Lunch.
Maybe even dinner.
Just for safety's sake, I'm gonna pop a 60-foot undead sense.
Okay. Where are you? Oh, you're way up there, okay. You don't sense any undead.
Can I do Arcana check on the coins to make sure they aren't don't
Just-
have any
Yes,
pieces
please,
on
go
them?
ahead.
Well, I can't tell anything. They may be cursed. Who knows?
Hard to tell, but
Yeah.
there are certainly a lot of them. Surely they can't all be cursed. If any.
If it was the one, I was to say, yep, they are cursed and just walk away. But no, I got two.
Matthew, your eyes of the grave do not sense any undead here. It seems like this place was picked clean and then left untouched for a good long while. Except for this over here, this has been mysteriously left behind.
Relic is gonna pull out a pack of multicolored chalk
Okay.
and start scribbling on the ground, and they're going to ritual cast detect magic. Just kind of making a magical area around this giant pile of mysterious wealth.
Yeah?
So that's going to take 10 minutes, so I'll be a bit occupied.
Okay. What is everyone else doing in those 10 minutes?
Guess I'm just looking around.
Duskin!
There's a funny waterfall.
Duskin, what are you doing?
Looking at the water.
Right, you also notice there's a cannon?
This is true.
And a
We stab with the cannon.
number of empty vials that about the same size and shape as your standard healing potion. The cannon looks like it's been used, but not in at least a few decades. So there was definitely some kind of scuffle here. And while you are all doing your stuff, Adeline goes right on up to the giant pile of bones in the center of the room.
The bone zone.
Relic shouts out, "Don't touch that! I'm going to that next!"
She like puts her arms up like, okay, sorry. Okay. And Virgil over here is just kind of watching her, making sure that she doesn't get into too much trouble. What's everyone else doing?
I am going to
tell
accompany
someone.
Relic.
You see Relic is drawing a variety of arcane sigils and a lot of stars in a variety of different chalk colors. A lot of it tends to be more purple, blues, and whites, but occasional symbol here or there that you're unsure if it's really necessary, but he seems to be enjoying himself on, like, hands and knees.
Not the way I would have done it, but it looks precise.
Well, duh. Aren't you, like, holy guy?
Yes.
Yeah, this is arcane.
Vacant stare. Just a long break of silence. Just looking at the symbols.
While Matthew was like having a look at some of the symbols, Relic adds in a completely unnecessary, but like within the ritual, a little cat face in an area where it's not going to affect the spell, just to see if Matthew picks up on there being a cat face.
Matthew, make a perception check. You can see, drew something, but it's upside down.
Hmm.
Is that it?
Yeah, basically.
Alright, well, 10 minutes go by, and your circle is complete, and you cast the ritual. What were you casting again?
Relic was casting Detect Magic.
Okay, you cast Detect Magic on this mysteriously large pile of coins, which is very odd in a cave that's this sparse and devoid of gold. You don't detect anything on the coins, but go ahead and make me an investigation check. It does not take a genius for you to realize this is not gold. It's electrum. It has been
no one likes
pulled in this
electrum.
pile and left here because it's worthless.
Relic scrunches their nose and just like, oh, never mind.
Upon
Just walks
realizing this, you're like, oh, well, I feel kind of silly now. All right, moving on. You can go over to the skeleton, and
There's a big flowy thing right there.
and since you rolled really, really good, I'm not gonna make you roll again. Yes, there is indeed a great big glowing thing in what seems to have used to been the dragon's chest cavity. There is also some kind of bladed weapon over here. Looks like a dagger.
Relic still has Detect Magic up because of the last 10 minutes. So, quick give those an arcane detection.
Right. This thing, you can sense great power coming from that rock. This, on the other hand, not giving off anything.
Relic looks at the knife and is like, I mean, it wasn't an arrow, so. And then
You do
looks
notice.
at the.
You do notice the occasional arrow sticking out of this thing. There's definitely a lot of battle damage.
Yeah, but that's not an arrow in the knee, so.
No, but there's a dagger in the knee.
That means the dragon's still an adventurer.
Can I look at the dagger and see if
Maybe he
there's
wasn't a family
anything like
dragon.
inscribed upon it?
Yes. And just real quick, remind me, what languages do you speak?
I do have Draconic, if that's relevant.
In this case, it is not.
What? I'm trying to see exactly where. Okay, Common and Elvish, and then my own.
You can read this. It is in Elvish.
Sweet.
And there is
Oh, I
an
can read that
inscription on the dagger, which, by the way, is very finely crafted and very, very sharp. And it's less of an inscription of like some kind of sacred text or something, and more like a to whom it may concern.
Whom's concern is it? What does it say?
It says, if found, return to Sandra Pinehoof, and then there's an address in Sherthor.
He'll pocket the dagger, put it neatly in a little compartment.
Go ahead and add a +1 dragon dagger to your inventory.
Relic is going to use Mage Hand and go take that crystal.
Alright, you do so. It doesn't put up a fight. And yeah, your mage hand is holding the crystal.
Neat. Can I attempt to identify it? Not by a spell, but just by like looking at it and referencing any previous known documents on the blah 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 blah.
I gotcha. Make Arcana check. It's hard to tell. You could definitely, you could feel the power radiating off of this thing.
I guess a bit of meta information. Would I get any bonuses for being related to potentially a adventurer who may have slain this beast?
Actually, no.
Okay.
Would you know about the fight with this dragon?
Maybe, probably. It depends.
It's hard to tell if this is the same dragon.
That's
Actually,
true
can I
about
do a
that.
history check on the dragon? It was 20 here, so probably could find something out about it.
Yeah, sure, make a history check.
History is, I think it's +4. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, 18. That's pretty good.
Lots of people know the story of Sandra the Dragon Slayer. It's the dagger that kinda clued you in. It is known that she killed a lot of them, but one of the more notable ones was the Lord of Cinders. It's impossible to tell if this was him. Anyone else?
I'm stupid to do anything. Say less stuff.
Too stupid?
Hey,
So, does anyone want to go for a swim? And I mean that figuratively. We don't have the time to stick around, but there is a waterfall.
can Relic stick the gem in the top part of the staff that they have?
Yes.
Just like use prestidigitation and glue it in place.
Yeah, you could use some prestidigitation glue on it. Slap on that flex glue.
Relic gives it the tried and true special of giving it a slap and going, "Yep, that's not going anywhere."
Right, you put it...
I am going to peer over the dragon bones to look at Duskin, who seems to be staring off into the waterfall.
Right, Duskin, what are you doing?
Duskin, check behind the waterfall. There's always something behind the waterfall.
Okay, hold on. I have a thing for this. 1 second. Probably gonna regret this, but one load, please. Why is my connection so bad? What's going on? Taking my internet.
Take your time.
You know, you wouldn't believe the effort it takes to laundry these robes. God damn it.
Okay.
Well, at least figure that out. You're going in?
Yep.
Alright, the water is shallow enough. You only go up to your knees.
Oh.
Like, if the water is deep, it's definitely not deep here. It's probably pooling somewhere deeper in the caverns through some cracks or something. Right, so you're going behind the waterfall.
This is correct.
There
Let's
is a
go
tunnel
behind the
back there.
waterfall.
There is indeed a secret tunnel.
Looks like you were right.
A secret tunnel
A
through the
secret
mountain.
tunnel. Through the mountain. Secret tunnel.
Secret
So,
tunnel.
that makes 3 paths. Which one to go?
Wait, where's the third path? I saw the other two.
While he was wandering. There is
Oh.
one up here and then one back here.
Okay, I did not know there was one over here.
Relic is going to go around and continue mage hand, picking up the various gold pieces around the room while everyone's figuring out what they're doing.
All right.
Wait, I thought it wasn't gold.
The Electrum is in the corner.
There
because
is a
no one
giant
likes
pile of Electrum over in the corner. The rest,
Oh,
that's real.
Okay. I didn't know
There
that.
are real gold coins here that weren't... It seems like word had spread that this dragon had been slain, and people came in over the years to just pick up the various gold pieces, and now we are at this point where not much is left.
Say, do we have magical means to communicate?
Who are you trying to communicate with?
I say this to both of the wizards, basically. Fishing for whether they have mending or not is what that means. Or, not mending, message. Sorry.
Message I don't currently have. That to try and find.
Give me a second. I also do not have a message.
That's what I thought.
Wonderful. Remind me which ones of us can see in the dark?
I can.
Virgil also raises
Black and white.
their
but-
hand.
Oh, great. Would you like to lead the charge through these dark tunnels, I assume?
Will, which dark tunnel do you want to take?
That's the kicker.
I guess the more interesting one would be the one underneath the waterfall. Could try that one first.
That's sound logic. What of you, Relic?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
So the party is not exploring the other two? We're going for the waterfall?
Well,
first. I didn't say
we
it.
don't
Wait,
have
wait.
any means of knowing which is the way out. And if we don't want to split up the party and go down different tunnels.
What's the worst that would happen?
If I like
Only
80
one
minutes
third
at
of the
once.
party gets to continue the adventure, that's why.
So are you guys splitting?
No, we were
no.
joking about that.
Okay, what's the plan here, fellas?
The waterfall cave.
We will, I guess, as a group, check out the... this would be a really good time to have still had Esther. Sheesh.
Oh yeah.
Question, how much time is left in the day?
There is light coming in from above, but you can't really see the position of the sun.
It does... we should continue along, I guess.
Do you have keen mind? If you did, I'll just tell you.
No, I just, feeling tired is not a subjective scale for Matthew, so, I guess down the river we go.
Up, actually. The first thing you notice about the cave behind the waterfall is that it does seem to go upwards.
Matthew is going to grumble a little bit as his robes begin to soak.
Relic has Virgil carry them.
Virgil will pick you up and carry you through the water like a princess.
Perfect.
As this is happening, Adeline looks over at you like, really? As she just trudges through the water. Right, so, you guys, you head up the cave. It kind of curves around as it's going up until it lets out. You're still behind a waterfall, but it does seem like you're on a bit of an overlook to the larger cave below, and there is a tunnel that keeps going where the light is coming from.
Well, that seems to be the way to go.
So you're gonna keep going?
I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
As you continue down the tunnel, the light getting gradually brighter and brighter until eventually it opens up. And you are all standing at the entrance of a cave at the top of a mountain. And I forgot to put down the token. My bad. There we go. And you...
So where did we come from?
Like, where did you fall in?
The airship. Where did we, like,
Probably
walk
be
off
around
the airship?
here.
You know that over here is the adventure camp. This is the place you rammed into, and now you are here.
Was
you
there an
have
objective we had?
Wasn't it just crash into the,
Your
Crash
objective
this
was to
airship and
destroy
fend
that
for
place.
yourself?
Yeah, crashing
Which
into it.
You were supposed to destroy that place, which you did valiantly. Now you've uncovered a whole bunch of secrets and you need to report this somehow. What you have available to you is a pretty rudimentary map of the area. The towns don't have names, you don't have any information on the towns. You know that there are garrisons around the mountains, including one here, big one here, and other areas surrounding this cursed land.
Okay.
Where does everybody wish to go?
Well, I guess there is the garrison literally right near us, so maybe that should be our first location to go to.
Yeah, it would beat the wilderness and the unknown enemy territory.
Yeah, definitely not the enemy territory.
Relic is going to consult the crystal.
The one you just picked up?
Yep.
It's eerily silent. It's pulsating with energy, though. It seems... You're not sure what it seems. It's...
Relic is going to give it a lick to see if it's cinnamon flavored.
It is not cinnamon flavored.
Well, I would not recommend doing that.
I try to stop you, but my hand falls inches before you manage to lick it, and I just give up.
It tastes like... Actually, it is not cinnamon flavored. It tastes like a Switch cartridge.
Ew.
Maybe best don't
Relic,
put
why
your tongue
would
on
you
it.
do that? Relic.
Relic scrunches.
I know enough about the arcane to know you shouldn't lick artifacts.
Well, we're not sure this is an artifact. It's just very magical, and we don't know what it does, and we don't have access to identify yet.
I mean, we're near a
That is true.
Just ask the garrison if they have anyone who could look at it.
So, what's everybody doing?
I think the vibe is we head to the garrison to recoup and form a game plan.
All right, which one?
I'm assuming the close one.
That
Huh?
one is, in fact, the closest. It's a bit of a walk, but you can see it. You're just at the top of a mountain.
Oh, no, not survival checks.
Relic is gonna look at Duskin for
As a
Duskin's
matter of
opinion.
fact, now that you mentioned survival checks, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but it's a little
I'm
bit.
sorry.
You don't actually have to make any checks. It is a bit chilly, but we're in the high summer months right now, so
Oh, yeah, that's
guys
fine.
are fine as long as you're not out here at night. Which, speaking of which, you do in fact note now the sun is starting to wane.
Well, we shouldn't waste any more time lest you want to sleep in the outside.
I don't.
I'm going to start marching along towards potential garrison.
Yeah.
So, you start heading down the mountain. It's pretty brisk. You're going downhill. You just, gotta watch your footing now and then. It's not particularly strenuous, and you do arrive there in a reasonable amount of time. The sun is definitely dipping over the horizon at this point. You take a moment to appreciate the sunset. It's beautiful. And you do, in fact, arrive at the fort. Please tell me I got the token vision right.
I can
Let's
see
take
just fine.
Okay. And as you come to the gate, they're like, halt. State your business.
We're from the Adventurers Guild. We have something to report.
Identification.
Relic is gonna pull out their guild identification card that they got at Adventuring Academy.
You would all have one of these, by the way.
Oh, then I'll get out mine as well.
Alright, he doesn't take it from you, but he leans in close, kind of squints at it. Yeah, okay, that's genuine. Sorry, security. Something to report, you say?
Yes, we found something about I guess, beneath, where were we? I forgot what the ship did. I forgot where we landed.
Long day.
You blew up.
Long day.
Yes, long day.
So,
Lots of stuff happened.
wait. Blew up? What do you mean?
We
Essentially,
were commissioned to crash a airship into a fort.
Oh! You're those guys!
Unfortunately.
Oh, man! Man, we heard that from here!
It
yeah,
was-
okay. Right.
A rough landing, to
what-
say the least.
What are you guys doing all the way over here?
well, we fell in a cave, found a library, then found a giant dead skeleton of a dragon that had a dagger in it and some sort of gem. And then we found a waterfall, which led us outside the cave, and then we saw a garrison, which we head to, which is this one. That's the
Wow.
Cliff Notes version of it.
Okay, that... Dragons, alright, that's above my pay grade. Would you mind checking in with the captain? He's, up at the tower.
Sure.
And you do,
Will do.
and he does step aside to let you in. And as you walk in, you start looking around. It's not so much a garrison, you notice. There's laundry hanging to dry way over here. There's some bunting over here. There's a well further down and a little bit of farmland. This is not so much a garrison. It's more like a town, almost. Bunch of people realizing, oh, there's a bunch of evil over there, so we might be here a while. Let's settle in. Almost. And you do notice this building over here, which is, tower-like.
Well, I suppose this is probably where we are to go.
Yep.
Do remind me, who was the guy who led the charge?
Gunthorian.
Gunthorian.
Guildmaster Gunthorian. Slayer of dragons, destroyer of ancient magic, slayer of demons, and eater of meatloaf.
Uh-huh. So my ghoul-looking ass is gonna knock on the door.
Hey, it's Shane.
Ah, welcome. Right, can we pause just for a second so I can get Shane up to speed?
My ghoulish-looking ass will knock on the door.
Alright, so, Matthew and his, ghoulish-looking ass will knock on the door.
This does not seem like a great idea.
And from the other side, you just hear, "It's open!"
Opens the door.
Yep. As you walk in, it looks like they're having a meeting?
We come to bear news that Gunthorian's operation was a success.
Yeah, 1 second. And you hear from this guy up behind the table. He points at these two down here. You two got all that? They nod. Good. Go get it done. And they kind of run past you. They're like, excuse me, pardon me, just need to get by. I know it's tight. Pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, gotta get by.
Be free!
Excuse me, gotta get by. It's the rest of the party going in the tower, by the way.
I only just, went back to the screen so I could actually, see. I was looking at something else. Yeet. Doors!
Alright, who is it? Who are you? What do you want?
I am Father Jacobs, and
You sound so enthused to be here right now.
Just put a long story short, Gunthorian's plan was a success. The tower was destroyed by the giant airship.
Tower? Wait, hang on. He kind of just shuffles through a few notes here. It's like, oh shit, that was today.
did you not feel the giant explosion across the mountain?
No, we've been kind of busy here.
Yeah, I figured by all the discussion.
It's, yes, it's very hectic around here. We don't have a wall to keep them out. We make do with our terrain advantage. We know these mountains well.
Well, we found a library underground and also a giant dead dragon.
The dragon's lair up there. Yes, we are familiar with that. Library, though. That's news to me.
Yes.
It is an ancient and decrepit place. The books fall apart in your hands.
Yeah, I tried reading one. It's gone.
The walls were covered in the writing, though.
That too.
A more ancient form of Undercommon.
I don't suppose any of you wrote any of this down?
Virgil just points
Actually,
to the
somebody
wizard
else.
girl.
Yeah.
Virgil
over
just
here.
points.
And Adeline steps around the table and hands a notebook to the captain. He starts kind of flipping through it. You tell anyone else about this place yet?
Nope. You are the first guys we're telling this to.
Any particular reason why?
Well, we're part of the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
You're Guntorians, so I figured.
You guys got separated, didn't you?
That too. Yes, that's
Alright. Happens all the time.
kind of very hard to climb out of a giant hole in the ground. So, yep. So we went across the entire map, essentially. Well, not
Your
map,
note
but
here refers to 3 crystals, a tower, something about end times. Very thorough notes. How long were you down there?
remember when I said the ship crashed in the tower? It kind of crashed so hard, we fell in a giant hole.
We fell through for a very long time. This was deep
Yep.
underground.
Luckily, the wizard girl had Featherfoot, so we didn't perish. But, yeah.
I just got a text from my coworker. Hope you're enjoying your D&D campaign, dick licker.
Side note, did we go... Is the reason we went so far so quickly because we went to the Nether?
No, but you were probably scraping the top of the hollow.
It definitely was feeling like home down.
We're gonna need to report this. Definitely. We're gonna have to get a commanding officer... sorry, a messenger to your commanding officer.
We also found a dagger belonging to somebody named Sandra.
Sandra. Sandra Pinehoof?
Yes,
Legendary Dragon Slayer.
it appears so.
Said to have taken down the Bristol Beast with nothing but a pile of rocks and a short sword?
Can I do a history check on this?
Please.
I'm not from here. I don't know the local legend.
16.
16, not
Sounds exaggerated.
bad.
Well, that sounds like something you're gonna have to, report as well. We'll send a messenger right away. Where's Crackers?
Oh.
Crackers! And you hear some shuffling from the room over here, and then suddenly a harpy appears in the doorway. Yeah, boss? We need to get a message to the Adventure Guild quickly as possible. Do you guys want to compose it, or...
It seems the Night Mother has bestowed a blessing upon you and your camp. We would love to carry out her will. Virgil's probably stopping me from going into another
Virgil
tirade.
very gently puts a hand on his shoulder in like the not now. Just no. Later.
What are you trying to do?
He was about to pop off talking about the Night Mother again, so Virgil just put a hand on his shoulder gently to be like, no, not right now.
Saying that our presence is a blessing from the Night Mother and that you have been bestowed this honor and we shall carry her duty dutifully.
All right. Are you good?
Father, it's okay. It's
You
okay.
fellas
We are blessed by the
gonna...
Night Mother.
You fellas gonna write it, or should I?
I don't know. Should we write it, guys?
We were there.
I guess that is true.
Would probably sound better coming from you folk.
I turned to the party. Who has the best handwriting?
I guess it's time for a little handwriting competition.
Right. Well, you guys
What
are...
would that be? What role would that be? What would that be under?
I don't know. Well, you guys are having your handwriting competition. What's the rest of the party doing?
Just a performance check would be what that is.
I just imagine during that, like, if, if we had Duskin in here, it'd just be like, hey, what's your handwriting like? Just fucking stabs the paper.
Yeah, I'm
Just
just saying
stabs the
the
paper. It's like, got it.
He's holding it like, he's holding it like an elementary school kid, just raw-handing it.
Exactly. He just carved, like, when you carve into, like, a tree, like, he can carve like that, but only in hard pieces of wood, not paper. It just doesn't work the same, just slicing the paper apart.
It looks
Why?
nice. It would say, but it looks nice.
What? Speaking of
Destroy
Duskin,
table.
Duskin, Relic, what are you doing?
Duskin is just waiting. This is talking time. Duskin doesn't do talking time.
Okay. You wait patiently while you watch the sunset.
Very nice.
Relic is checking out that new crystal. Also, would now be an okay time for a quick break?
Yes, because I gotta put some lights on now, or everybody's gonna go insane. And we are back. So, as the sun goes down, the various town lights go up. People start lighting their torches and all that. Meanwhile, who's taking part in this handwriting competition?
I am, at the very least, and I've set an example of what my handwriting looks like.
Adeline steps up. Adeline steps forward.
Just like it's like if Doctor Signature was a font.
It might.
Can you read illegible? It's like bug.
It might be a font. Someone might have made that.
You never know.
Relic is getting some good influence hours by hanging out with Duskin.
Oh no, the child's unattended.
No.
Oh, no.
He's still technically grown enough, but you know, we're in camp. He'll be okay. Virgil just kind of looks and is just like, I think it should be obvious who should write this, but I'll leave you guys to it. And he just leaves.
Well, time for the performance check. Huzzah, here's my D20. Wow, my writing is awful.
Your handwriting is
I'm shocked I was able to write books.
legible, but it's not quite. Ugh. And you write in all capital letters, which is weird. How is that a -3 on a 16?
No, if you put a -20, it was like a 19 he got.
Because I put -20 because it's completely illegible.
As Adeline walks up to the both of you, there is a reason she's rolling with advantage, don't worry. As she walks up to the both of you, she just pulls out a notebook, opens to a random page, and shows you, and it's very elegant.
Wow. Impressive.
Thank you. I will take care of the reports.
I apologize. Common isn't my first language.
I
The
really
alphabet
cannot.
is tricky.
The
my
captain.
first language is neither my first language. That is just how illegible it is.
The captain at the back of the room is like, right, now that you've got that sorted out, it is
Believe
rather.
it or not,
It is rather dark out, and actually, just let me.
We spent the last 8 hours having a writing competition.
it was a very rigorous writing contest.
He gets together with the rest of you, and he's like, "All right, it's rather late, and you all have clearly been through a lot. We have a number of tents available, and getting this message out is going to take a little bit, so you're welcome to stay the night."
It is much appreciated, thank you.
Gives you a nod. Heads back inside. A few moments later, the harpy runs out the front door, and as she runs past you, she goes, "Airmail!" and then takes off into the sky.
So,
She just has to announce it. It's like a carrier pigeon that caws before it goes.
Airmail!
Woo!
Woo! And she takes off into the night.
Believe it or
It
not,
was the
Adeline,
adventurous
but
skill
I
of
have the best handwriting in my village. And then
That's
Matthew looks,
Immediately raises the biggest eyebrow.
and the thing is, Matthew is staring down at Adeline like as if there's supposed to be a punchline. You're not sure if I'm being serious or not.
You're monotone. We can't know.
Matthew Jacobs, make an intimidation check.
Intimidation?
Intimidation.
Why intimidation?
your arms are naturally going out to their sides as you're T-posing for dominance.
With a pen in one hand and the eraser in the other.
She seems a little bit scared of you.
Aren't we all?
Oh wait, I could have.
Virgil
Wait, no, I
immediately
could have.
needs to be like, no.
Thing. Actually, sorry. If we were doing that, how could we resolve this with a saving throw at disadvantage?
How are you gonna get her to make that save?
With my action of unsettling presence, which is the implied, line of basic. I'm just looking at her creepy is the action.
Yeah, okay. Just for funsies. What is that wisdom save?
Sure, let's do wisdom disadvantage.
She's afraid of you. She is absolutely afraid.
She's kind of gonna look at you, look over to the captain and be like, I need a place to go over the notes. Is there a quiet place nearby? And he like nods. He's like, take the study, just right behind you. And she.
Before you leave, Night Mother be with you.
She does not say a word. As
She's
you
just like, creepy motherfucker.
step out of the building. Right, so, what is everybody doing?
What's Dustin do?
What is
What's
Duskin doing?
What did I do?
The ongoing question
Dog
of where is
doing?
Duskin? Where is our kid that we let off a leash?
What the dog doing?
What is he fucking up?
We're gonna sell Sandra's dagger. I know. I mean, that's really up to the person who got it. I don't remember who.
I think Matthew has the
Being
dagger.
clean now.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you were under me. I was like, where the
I was,
fuck is
I was
Connor
just
Jacob?
looking for that. Like, where the heck is Virgil?
He is inside me. You were just standing like chest touching my back, and I'm just like, yes.
He's like he's like an early PS1 JRPG character.
He
that
just, you know, he
comes out
just
of the
wa-
person's
He just
stomach.
walked out and then just got really close and didn't even think about how close he was, and I'm just like, yeah. Like, why are you so close to me?
Well, I suppose we should try to make camp, should we?
Yes, they did say that we can stay here for the night. Which
Relic
I did.
continues looking at Duskin.
What's Duskin doing in response?
Duskin is just gonna let big ol' yawn. He's worked a lot today. It is sleepy time.
Right.
You-
So
You see me getting a pot of water and preparing to cook something.
Okay.
Whatever I get, this is probably the intended cooking spot, I assume.
There is a
Just
pot
watch.
hanging from there already. You didn't have to get the water.
Well, I need my own
Watching our
pot,
token
so-
robot just on autopilot cooking.
There
He's like
are-
a sim.
There are a few, it's these tents in particular that he was referring to when they said they had tents available.
If anyone is paying attention, you watch me get the pot boiling and put oats in there and nothing else.
Making oatmeal, huh?
Worse.
Amelia just
Make
sees
an
him and just
insight
rotates her head like 45 degrees to the side, just in absolute confusion.
You're not making oatmeal. The fuck are you making?
If you look in horror as you realize, oh no, he's making gruel.
Oh no!
He's making
So-
gruel for dinner.
Relic is going to.
His other favorite meal is liver.
Relic is gonna go back into the captain's quarters. I'm assuming this building is the captain's quarters.
It's a tower, actually, but the captain has situated himself on the ground floor.
Great. Relic is gonna go in and like knock on the doorway and try and like mildly barge into the office in a polite way.
Okay. You see Adeline, her nose is... Oh, you meant specifically this room.
I hadn't been in here before, so I didn't know where the captain was or who the captain was.
Okay, yeah. You knock on the door, and shortly after you hear, "It's open."
Hey, yeah, Mr. Captain, sir. Well, you know, we've had a long and hard day of adventuring. I see that you have accommodations around here. I was wondering if you could have someone cook us up a nice meal and you know, give us a nice place to sleep that's more than just you know, the bedrolls that we have, because it's been a long and hard fight and everything. We are kind of like heroes here, so it'd be really nice if you could help us out. Smile.
Make a persuasion check.
All right, since it's near the end of the day, I'm gonna use my premonition ability. For my school. Oh no, portent is the ability. I'm going to, instead of rolling, give myself my second roll that I rolled at the beginning of the first session, which is a natural 20.
Oh boy.
So my persuasion is a 22.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word for that.
You're just too darn cute, and he just has to.
My- Puppy dog eye.
He lets out a little bit of a sigh, and then he's like, well, in terms of sleeping accommodations, we can't really give you houses. We have families here and all that. We can probably get you, a few extra pillows, and as for food, hot stew work for you?
A freshly made stew would be nice, yes, thank you.
Fantastic. And anything else?
That's all for now, thank you kindly.
He gives you a bit of a nod.
Can I insight check this guy and, like, get a glance at the maps and everything he has to see, like, is everything on the up and up in here? Is he,
Yeah, you can do insight.
Are things going to shit?
It's a
Oh boy.
It's hard to tell, but he is using the same map that you guys have been using, and it looks like he's on the level. Like, he's just trying to protect his homeland.
fair enough.
All right, understandable. Have a nice day.
Relic is going to rejoin the group and be like, okay, I got us some nicer accommodations and a freshly made meal that isn't... Relic just looks over at what Matthew is doing and shudders.
As you look over to...
Nobody has told him.
Maybe that's just what they eat where he comes from.
As
Never
you look
know.
over to
That's
one of...
concerning.
As I'm making a party-sized gruel serving.
It may be
Nah, I
just
prefer a rat.
common. It may be a normal food where he comes from. He's from a very different place, so who knows? Most people don't like what we eat in the Hollow either.
I mean, there are creatures at the bottom of the ocean that feed on the fecal matter and decaying corpses of what falls onto the ground, but you don't see me eating that.
Well, yes, of course, but I mean, I don't think he's making anything that's like incredibly like terrible. Like, it's not going to hurt you. It's probably unpleasant.
You have not seen a single spice and or any other component rather than water and oats.
It just looks incredibly bland and unfortunate, but it is sustenance. I mean, beggars can't be choosers, and maybe that's just what they eat there.
He's making the soup alternative of hardtack over here.
The Night Mother's tastes
Start uses it as like the what is it, the concrete like on bricks and stuff, but just start smearing it.
So at this point, the gruel is at the oatmeal stage. If anyone tries to interfere.
You do you, boo.
I think I prefer the stew.
Does anyone choose to tell him that
yeah,
this is stew?
Father Jacobs.
Yes.
I see you're making a sizable amount of food there. We already have a stew that's going to be.
It's a family
made.
recipe.
I see. I'm glad that you like it. There is a stew that's going to be prepared for us already, so you don't need to make all of this. You can just make some for yourself, though.
I will save the rest for later then.
Hey, that's a good idea. Always good to have leftovers. Virgil is just too nice for his own good to be an ass to him because he recognizes he's just from somewhere else. So he's just like, I don't want to be rude.
You just leave him to stir his wet tissue paper. Basically.
Hey, you know what you're doing. You know what you like. I ain't gonna fucking stop you. Virgil is respecting you as a person.
Unlike everyone else in the room, you're respecting his religious belief.
I'm more just confused.
I wouldn't call gruel religious, but you know...
It's a sacred dish!
If it's what then I mean, if anything
recipe.
feels like you're eating grief and sorrow, probably gruel. So... I could see it. I could see it.
So, another question. Hey, for this tower here, I'm kind of changing the topic. Are there any windows?
There are windows. I'm not sure if they are working, but yes, there's one
Cool.
here, one for the back room. Yes, you can see him.
I think I might need to. Yeah, I need to get a little bit closer. Relic kind of looks at Duskin and he's like, "Hang on, can you come in here for a second?"
Oh, okay.
All right, I just need you here as an alibi. Relic.
Fuck. That is such a solid thing to say. Just be my alibi, okay?
Relic is going to say a quick few arcane words, pull out a copper piece, flick it into the air, and the copper piece just disappears. And I am going to cast Detect Thoughts and try to get the surface level understanding of what the captain is thinking, and try not to pry yet. Just like, what's going through this guy's head as he's looking at these maps?
He does not succeed the saving throw.
Well, that was for delving deeper, but I guess, yeah, sure, I can delve deeper.
Yeah, okay. You rather... Are the windows seriously not working? Oh, they're kind of working, I guess.
Eh.
They're not that good.
Windows
Anyway.
just encountered an unexpected error.
Anyway. You decide to peer through his mind, and he's like... I mean, if they attack from there, then... Yeah, we might have problems. We'll have to shore up some of the garrison, move them over that way. Our archers would be able to hit them from the ridge there. We still don't know when that damn attack is coming.
So, since I'm probing deeper, I can gain any insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, if something larger is looming on its mind, such as worries, loves, hates, etc. And they do not know that I'm probing into their mind. So
He is notably worried about his family.
So it just seems to everything is on the up and up, and they're just plotting for the war, and I will insert the thought because it says questions verbally directed at the creature naturally shape the course of its thoughts, so this spell is particularly effective as part of an interrogation. So the relic is going to slip into the thought of like the Adventurers Guild and Gunthorian who were brought up recently to get like, what is this person's feelings on that? Are they actually sided with Gunthorian and the Adventurers Guild, or what's going on? What do they think of us and the Adventurers?
All right, you put that thought in their head. It's like, adventurers. That lot is fucking crazy. Well, they do good work, though. Why'd I think that? What's going on?
Probably because of those weirdos that were just in it.
Probably the.
Do you
folks
see
who
that
live in
one
town.
guy? Fucking robot.
Who is an eating girl?
What's that? What a robot.
Yeah, the captain walks outside and he just sees it and he's like, the fuck? He's just seeing the paper mache in the fucking stew pot.
This goblin right here finally
Are
pipes
you-
up. Something on your mind? Oh, what? Oh, God. God, I forgot you were there. Yeah, sorry, I just haven't said anything in a while.
Clarify, I'm using my own gruel pot, so they don't have to worry about dishes.
Oof. Relic turns to Dusk and is like, all right, it seems that they're actually with us.
Were you suspicious that they might drink traits?
What's up
Well,
with
I
your
mean-
mic?
Is it being bad?
Mike is
Oh,
like
yes.
doing
Yeah.
flips, dude.
Do you need a second?
I'm gonna assume that's a yes.
Well, what's the rest of the party doing while Duskin fixes that?
There we go.
Oh. Alright, continue.
What, did you think they were going to betray us?
Well, I
Maybe
mean,
we can...
I'm not from here and I do not really understand the situation of what's going on, so I decided that it'd probably be the safer option to, not trust these random soldiers in a corrupted area where a bunch of weird cultists were doing things.
You
know, it's like-
aren't in the corrupted area. You are near the border of it.
Exactly. The perfect place for a spy outpost. So, we're just
We
covering
the
bases.
threat before it acts.
Well, yeah, there's no threat here, is the thing, so...
All right.
We're good for now.
I will
I
keep an
imagine
eye
being-
out just in case.
I just imagine that just like, oh, don't worry, there's no threat here. Okay. Just flops on the ground and passes out to sleep. Just cool. Cool, I sleep. Good night. Wake me if
I'm like
murder me.
Dorian Desiree, that type of person who would just fall asleep anywhere. Like he's not picky at all.
Yeah, just like fuck it.
This corner seems nice enough.
It's just like bruh.
Alright, so we're all going to sleep then?
I did I promised Father Jacob something though, so I have to follow through on that.
What is your promise?
Well, it was just like, Virgil being next to you as you're, I guess you're eating your gruel and I'm eating my stew, and it's just like, so, when we tent up for the night, I can tent up with you if you want to tell me about the Night Mother.
That would be splendid.
And if there's time, as he's thinking about how much you're probably going to say, and if there's time, I can tell you about Kellumbor, or perhaps another night if there isn't time.
I would be delighted.
Like, his face is definitely saying that he's not sure what he's getting himself into, but he's committed.
You're just like looking at the gruel, you're just like, ugh, that can't taste good. Like, it's just like it almost sours the taste of your own stew just watching it.
It's just like, unfortunate. It's kind of like, to each their own, I guess.
That was a joke, by the way. It's not actually a family recipe, it's just gruel.
I mean, if you enjoy it, have you tried adding anything to it?
That would defeat the purpose. Flavor distracts the mind from more complex thoughts.
Are you unable to have complex thoughts while enjoying flavor?
But the time wasted pondering flavor is time that can be spent pondering other things.
Suppose you're right. You're a one-track mind kind of guy. I can understand that. In his head, he's
It
thinking,
is
like, you only have to ponder this shit once, and then you just eat it. Like, in Virgil's head, he's like, the fuck are you talking about? You can ponder while you eat.
It's just like, paste. Okay, we're all done.
Whoa, man!
Dude, he's the whitest whitey to ever white. Like, you put pepper in this, I cannot think now. I am incapable of thought. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. So, Virgil's just like, I don't fucking get it, okay. He just doesn't say anything, it's like, right.
We don't have flavor where he comes from.
Just in Virgil's mind, he just thinks, flavorless food for a relatively flavorless person. From what I've seen thus far.
Thus far, evidence concludes white.
Like it's just my journal entry. All like of the things I've gathered on this person, I can only gather white.
He is in
It's
fact
an old
almost
cat.
ghastly pale. He
I mean, you're
like-
ghastly pale. I'm corpse level gray. Like a newer corpse gray. So we're both essentially corpse in nature. You just are you're more gaunt than I am. In terms of like your face is more sunken in than mine. You look more like a corpse in physical like nature. I
In
look more like a
physical
corpse like
condition.
in color.
So it's at some point.
We're two halves of a whole dead body. Yay!
Yay! We we wrap up the meal and he prepares some gruel to go.
Virgil watches in disappointment and mentally prepares himself for how much he's going to hear about the Night Mother tonight.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything before we go into a long rest?
Relic will ask Amelia, you don't know how to identify things, do you?
Identify things.
Yeah, like
Yes,
the spell identify?
I do know how to identify things. Yes, it's not
Oh,
currently
neat.
equipped, but I do know it. Put it
Uh,
on tomorrow if you want.
yeah, if you can look at this crystal when you're able to, that would be great.
Sure.
Oh, so we did take.
No,
Okay,
that's
that's something I
fine.
didn't ask earlier. We took that crystal that was there.
Yes.
Yes, it is
Relic.
shoved
Okay,
into...
you said there was a crystal. You didn't specify if we took it. So
He
no.
also,
Relic
he also
flex
licked
glued it
it.
onto his staff
Nice.
Right, you licked it.
and licked
Clean
it.
that off.
It tastes like a Switch cartridge.
Can we insert the audio of Gale and Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah,
Stop
that's
looking at the damn thing! That is still one of the best fucking voice lines ever.
Mm.
Stop looking at the damn thing! So mad. Normally stoic and so like, what is it? Speaks eloquently kind of guy, just suddenly shouting that at you is amazing.
All right. Was there anything else?